Hey everybody, how's it going? Week 7 in the books, another week on, and Super Liga. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. Playoff picture is starting to develop. Do you guys feel it? Can you guys feel it? Can you guys see it?
I
What's up,
can't.
guys?
I can't.
We are
I
the
can see it.
Well-Mannered Cartel. I'm Tom.
I'm Mike.
I'm Marlon.
I'm Chris.
And let's get into Week 7 recap. First game we're looking at is Dem Lions 174 versus Peaky Blindside 142. So Peaky Blindside, his winning streak comes to an end at the hand of Dem Lions. What do you guys think about this one?
It was a high scoring game, man. 141 and you get smoked by 30 points. You don't expect to see that every day.
Well, you also don't expect to get goose egged and still win by fucking 40 points or 30 points, dude.
Yeah, that Odell injury early in the game.
That's a heartbreaker, man. It's a heartbreaker.
For sure. We had Jamal Williams. He picked up Jamal Williams. Dem Lions did. And Aaron Jones sat out. He had a bit of a calf issue.
Mm-hmm.
And credit to Dem Lions for being on top of it. He started Jamal Williams, got him 21 points, I believe. Yeah, 21 points. I mean, that was a big pickup for him.
Yeah, Juju had his best week in a while too.
Yeah, that's true. Juju stepped up, 17 points, and TJ Hawkinson is the fucking tight end that he should have been last year. got him 16 points, big. And DJ Moore also had a really good game.
DJ Moore just missing that bonus, dude. He would have had another 10 if he would have caught for 7 more yards, man. But he just missed it.
Yeah, dude.
I think
Peaky Blindside got done in by their running backs, man. He got less than 2 points out of both of them.
Yeah, you're not really expecting Davis to only give you 8 points, man. And I know New Orleans has a stingy defense, but you're just expecting him to get into the end zone, or did he get in the end zone? No, he didn't. You're expecting him to get into the end zone at least. And
it looks like he's wearing. His carries are adding up for him.
So yeah, definitely. I mean, but I think McCaffrey's slated to come back. He's practicing this week, right? Not contact, but practicing, right?
Yeah. But it's a Thursday game. It's a Thursday night game, so they'll probably sit him out one more week.
Probably won't be until next week.
Right.
That he makes his return.
Definitely, man. So yeah, Dem Lions, man. He's gets his first win in a couple of weeks. He's 4-3. The Peaky Blindside falls to 3-4. The next matchup is Crossfaded 164 and GIT Gridiron Throne 155. Mike.
Yeah. What's up?
Another close.
Man, yeah, dude. So I had no expectations going into this week because I had like 6 players on bye, and then I made a few adjustments to my roster, which we'll talk about when we get into next week's matchup. But as the Sunday progressed, I started to get a little bit more hopeful. So I was winning by a pretty decent margin, or at least it looked I was projected to win by a decent margin, I should say. And so the afternoon game, I think we were about even going towards the end of the game. We were about even, and I still had Henderson and Roquan Smith playing on Monday night, and he had the Rams defense. So I was like, if we're even, I think I would win, based on my 2 players to his 1. But then Keenan Allen went over 100 yards, got the 10-point bonus, and then ended up adding on to that margin a little bit more. So it was a little bit too much for me to overcome. So as even though I was projected to win by a good margin, I ended up losing by like 6 points. So it hurts. It hurts less and less.
Joe Burrow put up 58 points for you, dude. So with that, you're expecting, to get over the hump. And unfortunately, that didn't happen. Yeah, I think the big one there was Keenan Allen, going over 100, getting that bonus.
At 10 points.
The Chargers like to throw the ball, man. So Keenan Allen's looking pretty solid.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, you put up 155 points. Again, like Chris said earlier, you put that many points up, and
Yeah, what
you didn't get blown out, but that's
Yeah.
going 55 is nothing to scoff at, dude. So it's just
what
unfortunate.
What may have cost me a win was the Saints defense, man. They only got me 1 fucking point. If they had gotten me like 9 or 10, could have been a difference. Which is the second time this season that I get a little screwed over by a defense, man. I had the Chiefs a couple weeks ago, got me -1. So, man, these defenses.
Yeah, I think you're just kind of getting very unlucky in a lot of these games, man, losing by, one player, really, one score that kind of just is the deciding factor.
Yeah.
It's been like the common theme for your team, throughout this season. And it's unfortunate, man. You've just been unlucky.
Yeah, it's all right. I've come to terms
with that. Cross-rated is at 3-4. Gridiron Throne falls to 1-6. The next matchup we're looking at is the Flint Tropics, 169 over the Vino Peepees, 111. So Vino Poppies has lost 4 straight, I believe. I think he started 3-0 and lost the last 4. We talked about this game last week. I think we were all picking him to win this one, but Flint Tropics, man, how did he pull this one out?
Well,
Tyler Boyd, man. Tyler Boyd had a game.
Yeah, 38 points for him. And then on the other side, Claypool got 0.8 points. CeeDee Lamb got 0.2 points. And then Darren Fells with the goose egg. I mean, that helps right there. I mean, I'm kind of impressed that Poppy broke triple digits with having pretty much 3 goose eggs on his squad.
That's crazy. For sure. I mean, Russell Wilson got half the points, which is now Chris's play. We'll talk about that when we get to your team. But yeah, dude. But it's just wild, dude. Now that you say that, all 3 of them almost got him a goose egg, and he still managed to score over 100 points. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Flint Tropics, dude. Flint Tropics finds a way to win. Like, how does it happen? How does that? What? You look at his team before the matchup, you're like, "There's no way, man. He's not going to pull it out." And then he puts up 100. He puts up 170. It's crazy.
It's like Captain Insano, man. Like, just out of nowhere, you get poked in the eye.
Yeah, man. So Flint Tropics still alive, man. Alive and well at 4-3. Vino Poppy at 3-4. Flint Tropics he's hanging in there, man. And it's not that crazy of a division anymore. It's not Bangkok Ladyboys above everybody else now. Now Flint Tropics is kind of implanting himself right behind him, and you never know what can happen, man. Because he gets TMC back. He gets TMC back, and that's
could be a game changer.
So he's stringing these games. He's winning these games, and he's getting his best player back by far. And you never know what's going to happen once Christian comes back, dude.
Like you said, if he's within striking distance of first place and then he gets his best player back, it's fucking, it could be anybody's game at that point, man. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting. Keep that division. Talking
about that, it's just like, man, you're looking at all of these records, man, and this is going to be such a close race, I think, dude. Everybody is just at 500, below 500, a game over 500, and it's just like, man, it's fucking crazy right now, dude. But the next matchup is the Bangkok Ladyboys 177, LVU 205. I get my 3rd win straight. I'm very happy about it. I got 2 guys scored 57 points, man. Vu hit me up, Ladyboys manager. He hit me up and he was like, "Bro, you should put 57 on your next lotto ticket." And I was like, "Yeah, that's a good idea, dude."
That's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Herbert's been a hell of a. I mean, he's been fucking steady. Even against good defenses, that guy's been fucking. Man.
Herbert's schedule, man, from here on out, he's passed his bye. He's got a great schedule, man. I mean, he's a rookie, so you never know. He might come back down to earth, but I still think he's going to be very solid.
Yeah, I was going to say he's making a case to be rookie of the year.
I keep hearing that rookie wall bullshit. I was like, dude, if you're just fucking good, you're good, man. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that rookie wall bullshit. Like, I think he's just going to stay steady, dude. I mean, I don't think he's going to get you 57 every week. But, dude, I think you can rely on him for 30. I think you can easily rely on him for 30 week to week. And what more do you want from your quarterback, dude? You know? That's a solid pickup.
That is, yeah, bro. He's been the last few weeks, man, especially he's been great. And he's been playing, he's played great against good defenses too, which is the surprising thing. And then he has, pretty weak matchups, throughout the season. So hopefully, man, fingers crossed it all goes well. Devontae Adams, 57.
I think he yards for one game in his career, I think. This game.
Dude. Marlon, I'm sorry I got him. I took him from you, and then he had his career game. He had the best game of his career.
Can you be the squander
against,
for making a trade?
against the cardboard defense of the Houston Texans, man.
Yeah.
That defense, no vale verga, bro. It is one of the worst we've seen in a long time.
It was
yeah, dude. So he was 4 yards away from hitting the 20-point bonus, man. So he could have had close to 80 points. And then Julio Jones, 17.7. He missed the 10-point bonus by 3 yards. So yeah, man, encouraging things to see from my roster. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, that was a weird game. He only had 13 points scored, but it was like the first snow game of the season. If you guys watched it, it was just like a really awkward game, dude. Like KC special teams and defense actually handled shit, so their offense didn't really have to do much. So it was just a game, dude. Denver had 17 tight ends they threw to. It was crazy.
Yeah, they had like a defensive score, and did they have a special team score too, or was it 2 defensive scores? Because I know their special team. I mean, their DST got like 25 points, dude. It was rowdy.
Yeah, I think they forced a turnover or 2 turnovers on special teams, and their offense just had the ball right there at the goal line. But that's it. CEH dropped a pass in the end zone, dude. He would have had 2 touchdowns on the day and more points, but he fucked it up. Bangkok Ladyboys again put up 177. You put up 177. You're not expecting to lose, but I got lucky. You got fortunate. My players put up, Herbert and Adams put up 57, but Aaron Rodgers put up 40. AJ Green surprisingly put up 15. Calvin Ridley 20 points. Fulgham 13. Fulgham, dude, a rookie you have to look at. That dude's been putting up, decent numbers at the flex position all season or the last few weeks. And Hopkins again, that crazy night game that he put up 33 points, dude. So 2-game losing streak for Bangkok, man. He's 5-2 now.
Coming back to earth.
No, I think it's he's got a squad, man. He didn't have Cook. Cook was on a bye. Let's not get carried away. I mean, I think he might have still lost, but it would have been a lot closer. It wouldn't have been this much of a blowout. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but, I mean, he would have beat everyone except for 2 teams. So
that's right. He beat my ass. So yeah,
Dalvin's coming back. Dalvin's coming back this week. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Yeah. Now,
well,
who's
the whole team on a bye? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's got 2 losses in a row, but I'm not holding my breath. I think he's going to win. He's probably going to win this week. Who's he playing? We'll get into that. But yeah, he's fine, dude. He's going to be great. Flint's pretty good, though. Flint's pretty good. We'll see. The next matchup is the Fornicators, 124 over Easy, 199. I just edged her out for the most points scored for the second consecutive week. I was pretty sure that she was going to get it because I was like, it's karma. It's going to happen. But I ended up getting it. And
Tyler Lockett, 76. Oh my God, 76 points.
Yeah, dude, 20 for 200 and 3 touchdowns, dude.
Dude, it doesn't get any better than that, dude. That's like that. Is that the highest score of the season so far for one player? I think it is, right? It's got to be the highest.
Has to be, dude.
Yeah,
I think so. Last year, Marlon, you had Will Fuller, correct? And he had like an 80-something point game.
Yeah,
and that's like the greatest scoring game by any wide receiver in fantasy football history. So Tyler Lockett almost comes close to that.
Back when Antonio Brown was at the height of his career, I remember somebody had him. And
back when he wasn't farting on people,
it was like 80-something points in one game. But yeah, to your greater point.
Yeah.
But then he followed it up very elegantly by getting injured. I think immediately after he got the 80-some points, Will Fuller went down and he was out.
Derrick Henry had a pretty pedestrian game for her. 15 points. 20 carries, 75 yards, a touchdown. Only 15 points. So he's
Imagine complaining that he only got you 15 points, dude. That's a luxury right there.
If he doesn't score that touchdown, man, he's very, very pedestrian. You know, he got that one TD, which kind of like, you know, it padded it a little bit for sure. But Chris Carson went out injured. He only had 5 points as well. The Fornicators, man, struggling a little bit. Like again, Patrick Mahomes only had 14 points in that weird ass game was, you know, to blame for that, I think.
But really, the difference between the score is Tyler Lockett. If you look at the scores, 124 to 198.
yeah, dude.
He put her over the top for sure, man. And this is like his second huge game of the year. And I know he's had like I think he had a really low scoring game the week before, and he's had like two like really kind of like not so good games and a couple of average games, but he's had like two huge monster games, dude. And you never know when that's gonna pop off like that. Like when you have a guy like that can go for 70, my God.
Dude, if Tyler Lockett has a normal game, we got a ball game here, boy. But he scored 76, so you know.
This is it's a moot point.
Yeah. When you score 76 points, when you had a player who scores 76 points on your roster, I mean, it's going to be tough for you to lose unless you got a few goose eggs. Even then, dude, that's insane. Yeah. So over easy, 6-1. The Fornicators 2-5. He's sliding a little bit. This is kind of his worst season in recent memory. I think he's usually pretty good. He's usually hovering around, you know, the playoff positions, but he's letting it slip away. We'll see if he can turn things around, but he doesn't have much time to do so. And then the final matchup is the Bad Hombres 172 versus Culon Santo 133, an intra-cartel matchup. Hey, guys, how'd it go?
Pretty good.
Pretty terrible, man. I was saying before you hopped on, Tom, I was saying that it's so crazy that Leonard Fournette outscored every single player on my squad, and he was on my bench, and he only scored 15.7 points. He outscored everybody except for Kyler Murray, dude. It was a terrible day. Terrible day for my squad.
That's rough, man.
Kyler put up 53 points, dude. He had a big game.
Yeah, dude.
But everybody else was just in the shitter, dude. It was just
brutal. Question:
brutal to watch.
Are you dropping Cam Newton? Or are you just holding on to him to see maybe if he turns it around? Like, what's going on there?
I dropped him. I picked up Carson Wentz. So he's gonna have a good game against Dallas.
Oh, because Kyler's on a bye, right? Next week.
Kyler's on a bye.
Yeah, man.
And so is Kenyon.
Kyler.
Yeah, I have so many thoughts on Cam, dude, but I could go on and on about that, dude. Like, he's done, I think.
It's that COVID, bro. Once the COVID gets you,
man.
It goes for the
Then you had George Taste the Rainbow Kittle, only had 10.5, bro.
Yeah.
Which is underwhelming performance by his standards. But it's against New England, so
yeah. Kenyon
Drake.
Yeah.
But he got injured later.
Who we thought he was
just having a bad day altogether.
He is who we thought, and he's going to be out for. Did they say? Is there a timeline on?
Well, he's on a bye. They didn't say how long he's on a bye, so there's not like.
I think it was a ligament injury, right, in his ankle or in his foot or something.
Yeah, some sort of foot.
Yeah.
Chris, man,
only getting 6 points. That's rough.
Yeah, Chris, dude. Josh Allen has been consistent for you. I mean, of course, you upgraded to Russell Wilson, but I'm still surprised that you went through with that trade.
Yeah, man. It's just, I mean, we can get into it now if y'all want, but
let's cover the game, and then right after the game, we'll head into that because this is such a blockbuster trade. I think the only time we talk about trades is whenever it's like a massive one. Like last year was mine and Dim Lines. But let's just talk about this game, and then we'll move on to the trade.
So Zeke only got 7 points. I mean, he's playing with a second-string offensive line. I think he'll start to do a little better. I'm not expecting him to be like the top 5 running back that he was supposed to be, but he's going to get Zach Martin back, his guard, and then he's going to get Joe Looney back, his center. Hopefully, Zach for sure this week. Looney maybe this week. So, he'll get in those asses and probably pick up some yards.
Yeah, the good thing about it is, ordinarily a team with their record would, you wouldn't have much to hope for, but they're in the division that they're in. They still have hope. So yeah, he can still put up some games.
I don't know if y'all remember.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was like 2013 where like the NFC South was like the winner of that division had a losing record and they still made the playoffs. You remember that shit? I think it was the Falcons.
Yeah, it was I think it was the Panthers, dude.
Was it the Panthers?
Like 6-7-1 or something like that. Like
yeah, dude.
They had a tie.
Anyways,
on their record
we might have one of those situations right with the NFC East this year.
Well, like the Seahawks a couple of years ago, I remember they were 8-7-1, so not quite a losing record, but they won a playoff game because they won the division, so they had a home playoff game, and they ended up winning a fucking playoff game with an 8-7-1 record to get into the playoffs. So, dude, but that's when normal times when you can have a home field advantage in a playoff game in Seattle, with all those fans, that's a huge advantage. Like, that's home playoff advantage is not going to be as great this year, obviously, but
neutralized, yeah.
Back to the game or the matchup. DK Metcalf with a surprisingly low-scoring game. Only picked up 6 points. Did have a touchdown.
Went to Lockett, man.
Yeah, it all went to Lockett. But see, we'll get into it. Darren Waller, huge game, dude. Darren Waller, I think he's like tight end 3 behind Kelsey and Kittle. So he's like a legit tight end. You can rely on him. 17 points. And then A.J. Brown, dude, just went off at 40 points. I mean, not Tyler Lockett went off, but still had a great game. Picked up 40 points, had 153 yards and a touchdown. And I think he had like a 75 yards.
I was going to bring that up. Yeah, I was about to bring that up. I think he had like a huge play.
That's what I love about this league. Those bonuses in our league for those huge plays are just, man, get you fucking pumped up, dude, when you see a big play like that.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and then it sucks when you miss the bonus by 3 yards or, whatever. You're just like, you're hoping for it because those bonuses can win the game for you or lose. Like if you don't get that bonus and you might lose it. Or if your opponent hits that bonus and you're fucked, like that's just the way this league goes, man.
Yeah. I'm familiar.
Kyler Murray was their game. The Cardinal Seahawks game went to overtime, and Kyler Murray was sitting at something like 330 some or 40 some yards at that time, and it started climbing and climbing and climbing, and I was like, oh damn, dude, like he might get the extra 20 points, and then if it's a touchdown or whatever. It can happen, but then, yeah.
I'm sure y'all saw that DK Metcalf chase down fucking Budda Baker. Oh dude, my god, dude!
Yeah.
Dude, it's just like he's running kind of like in an angle backwards, and then he just like gets on his horse, bro, and it's like, holy shit, that's a giant man running really, really, really fast, bro.
I heard that might have fucked up the rest of his game because he might have blown his load on that fucking play to save the touchdown. They're like, the rest of the fucking game.
He had to go change his pants.
Yeah. He needed a fucking 7-Up or something. Do it. Ronald Jones with 10 points. Leonard Fournette's kind of cutting into some of his carries, which is not what I want to see. And then fucking Matt Prater went off for 16, dude. Get 16 points from your kicker, you're fucking happy all day. So, yeah, man, it was a decent win.
Yeah, Hombres 172 points scored. Another great performance, 6-1. Coulon Santo falls to 2-5. You're not out of it yet, Marlon. Don't quit, bro. But with that said, let's get into the trade, man. This was such a massive, massive trade. The biggest one, bro. I remember it happened on Sunday night. I think Jose like called me or something, or he texted me like, dude, are you awake? He's like, accept this trade. And I was like, I looked at my phone and it was his names, bro. It was names. So let's see. It's Josh Allen, Darren Waller, DK Metcalf, Justin Jefferson, and James Robinson for Russell Wilson, Travis Kelce, Nick Chubb, and CeeDee Lamb. I hope I'm not leaving anybody out. I'd like to thank everybody in the back as well. Yeah, Chris, we sparred a little bit on the chat. I don't think your team is trash, dude. I think it's scary from your starting roster is the most complete. But I don't know, man. Tell me what you're thinking going into this trade, bro.
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, I gave up depth for just a monster starting lineup, man. That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking about playoffs. I'm thinking about playoff schedule. If you look at Russell Wilson's playoff schedule, it's better than Josh Allen's. If you look at Travis Kelce's playoff schedule, it's better than Darren Waller's. I was just thinking about the future, man. Like, I'm not really, I have a bit of a cushion. I think I'll make it into the playoffs, and I just wanted the best possible lineup that I could create. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of scary, like giving up like that many assets. But like as far as like starting caliber assets, or at least starters that I was starting, I mean, I gave up Josh Allen, but I upgraded there, who was a starter of mine. I gave up Darren Waller, but I upgraded there. I did give up DK Metcalf, but the fact that he's like the second receiver, really, as far as targets are concerned at Seattle, it made it a little easier for me to part with him as opposed to like AJ Brown or Kenny Golladay, who are like solid number ones on their team. Yeah. And the whole Nick Chubb thing, man, it was really just supposed to be, the trade was just originally going to be Allen and Waller and DK Metcalf for Travis Kelce and Russell Wilson, and that was going to be it. But then, Jose started hitting me up about, adding Robinson in there because he had a bit of a problem with his running backs, and I was like, dude, I'm not going to give you Robinson unless I get Nick Chubb. And so once we got that whole thing situated and figured out, say hi, buddy. Hey, look, here's my son.
Hey, what's up, Oli?
Oli, what's up, bud?
Yeah, bud.
Hey, so who initiated the trade?
I hit him up first because I wanted Russell Wilson, right? So I hit him up first because I wanted Russell Wilson and I wanted Travis Kelce. All right, pause it. Was he in the restroom or what? This will make the bloopers. So, all right, so we can start here. Ready? It was so I hit him up, right, because I wanted Russell Wilson, because the Josh Allen thing, I mean, he started off great, but it kind of started. I started getting a little worried about him because he wasn't like a set it and forget it kind of guy, Like he was kind of having like mediocre games, and
especially this last week with only 25, yeah.
And I'm looking around the league, and people are putting up 200 points, at least once a week, and so you start to think about like, well, fuck. If I come up on the playoffs against one of these teams that I'm pretty sure they're going to make the playoffs, my team's got to be able to put up 200 also. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have one of those squads where you have players that can go for 40 or 50. And so I just wanted to maximize my ability to score as many points as possible, but I did sacrifice the depth. Like, I am one injury away now from having a less than team.
I saw you guys.
And I just feel like whenever I said you overpaid, I was just like, you got rid of all of your depth. You know what I mean? Like, I think that your team, I told you, I've been telling you all year, dude, like, your team's freaking scary. Like, nobody wants to play your team. And I felt like you had this luxury, man, because you had such a great draft. And when you have a great draft, you don't have to take every waiver and a bunch of waivers every period. And you just, you're selective with your waivers, and you took the best players in the waivers. And I felt like you had this luxury of just handpicking the best matchups at wide receiver and running back week to week. And that was just terrifying, dude.
Yeah.
You did get the best two. You got the two best players in that trade, though. And your starting lineup is the scariest in the league. It's the most complete. It's just, it's very, I think it's a bit of a gamble when you're at 6-1, but I understand why you did it. It's just, it's a lot though. You know what I mean?
I saw you guys.
I get it, man.
I saw you guys go back and forth in the group chat over like trading half your roster away. I was like, what are you guys talking about? So I scrolled up and I see that. I was like, Jesus, man, that's like the biggest. Yeah, it's like the biggest trade in our league's history.
Scrolling. But I mean, dude, like, if everyone stays healthy and it works out, I mean, that team it's fucking amazing. But it's just a bit of a gamble, and you've done so well to this point. I was kind of shocked. And you gave Jose some great players, and he's in my division. I'm like, fuck. You know what I mean? So it's just. It's definitely going to have an influence on the rest of the season for sure.
Yeah. We knew it when we were doing the trade. We're talking about it. We're like, dude, this is going to be the biggest fucking trade of the year, and it's going to have so many implications. Because if I'm 4-3, I don't make that trade. That trade.
I'm picturing you guys like, with like Bluetooth headsets talking on the phone, like like you're in a draft day or something.
It was midnight his time, and so we were going back and forth for at least an hour, dude, just trying to hash it all out, but. But the thing is that I think like this is like a rare one where I think we both got better. Like he got more depth, and that's what he needed, right? And I have less depth, but my starters are better. You know what I mean? And so it's like it's one of those rare ones where like if it can work out for the both of us. You know, barring injury, it can work out for the both.
100.
But
100%, dude. Like I think you saved Jose's season. I don't think he was going to be any good if he didn't make this trade. But yeah, dude, I just feel like you don't have that depth. But hey, man, if Chubb comes back, and I don't think he's going to see as much of the share as he would before, but Chubb he's efficient, man. And if he comes back and he's healthy, that's great. CeeDee Lamb, though, he's got the head of custodial services at the AT&T Stadium throwing him the ball. But, that's just, it's part of the trade. I get it. It's a crazy trade, bro.
That CeeDee Lamb one, that was just a throw-in, but, like, that's not, I wasn't going to let CeeDee Lamb – I wasn't gonna let like things like break my trade, Like I wanted to get, the best players in the trade, and I got the number one quarterback, the number one tight end, and I got a running back. It is an X factor with Nick Chubb. He might not be the Nick Chubb that got injured and left. He might not, but if he is, bro. But if he is, I mean, shit. Like that's what I'm hoping for. So we'll see.
I don't know. I don't know how many leagues Russell Wilson is getting traded in. So this is pretty incredible, man.
Hey, man, I think Jose needed it, dude. Vino Poppy
yeah.
Trade him. Yeah. There's no way he's gonna get them players unless he trades them.
Yeah. And it worked out that way, where he had like a couple of really, really good pieces that I was interested in, and I had a few like good pieces that like he needed, and it was just like a perfect.
The needs were they matched up.
Right. We'll see, dude. We'll fucking see what happens, man. It is scary. I'm not gonna lie. Like when you're 6-1 and then you make a big trade like that, it's like, well, what are you doing, bro? You're 6-1. Why are you fucking with it? But it's like, I don't know, man. I just saw an opportunity, and I don't.
Bro, you're going all in, bro. You're like, I'm not losing any more games this year.
Bro, it's like you play to fucking win the game, bro. Like if you get second place, you don't get shit. You know what I mean? If you get second place in the league, if you're a runner-up, you don't even get your fucking money back, bro. Yeah. So it's either you.
Bro. If you don't get your name on the trophy, you don't get the money, bro. Loser. You don't get your name on the trophy.
If you don't get your name on the fucking trophy, then you lost, dude. So that you gotta.
Bro. I mean, it's a wild fucking trade, bro. It's the crazy. I mean, we've had some big trades. I think this is. Been the craziest year for trading in our league ever, dude. Like it's just back and forth every day, something new. But yeah, this takes the cake, man. I don't think we're going to see another one like this year, next year, or the year after that. You never know, bro.
I don't think anybody's going to call this league boring as far as trades are concerned anymore. You know what I mean? Like there's been a lot of action lately, and it's not boring at all. I think people just settle in. They see where they landed after a couple of games, and then they, people that wanted to make the moves or that needed to make the moves made them. You know what I mean? And
we should have hit up Quibi about pitching a show about our league. While we had the chance.
Anyway, man, that's
the trade. That's what that was massive trade, man. And I do think it makes y'all better. We talked about it already. It's a wild motherfucking deal. But let's get into the standings now, man. So Dem Lions in the Earth Division is atop the division now. Vino Poppies falls to second. Dem Lions is at 4-3. He has 987.8 points scored. Vino Poppy falls to 3-4. He's lost 4 straight. So like we said, he had to make that trade, man, to salvage his season. He has 1073.68 points scored. I'm creeping up. LVU in that third slot. I'm also 3-4, 985.66 points scored. And the Fornicators falls to What's that?
We don't want to. That's the thing. If you get it's hard out, man. So hopefully Vino Poppy can hold you.
Bro, I'm making the playoffs, bro. The Fornicators 2-5. He 1,000.46 points scored. He plays Chris this week. So that's the Earth Division. The Wind Division, Bad Hombre 6-1, 1262.52 points scored. Again, Monster Squad. Over Easy 6-1. She put up close to 200 this week. 1165.14 points scored at 6-1. The Peaky Blindside gets his first loss in 4 weeks. He's 3-4. 119.22 points scored, and crossfaded to win this week. It's been a while, 3-4, 1068.6 points scored. So this division, again, is the scariest. Bad Hombres over Easy. You're expecting them to both make the playoffs. I mean, it's pretty much, it's not a shoe-in at this point, but it's pretty much a shoe-in. And then Peaky Blindside and Crossfaded are both fighting for wild card spots. So that's a juicy division, the best division in the league. And the Fire division, the Bangkok Ladyboys, again, he dropped 2 these past 2 weeks. He's 5-2, 1223.1. Flint Tropics got that dub, 4-3, 1109.62 points scored. Edward Hulon Santo, 2-5, 0.78 points scored. And then the Gridiron Throne, 1-6, 946.66 points scored. So, like I said, man, earlier, it's just everyone is kind of close. There's going to be a lot of people fighting for those last 3 playoff spots. Or last 2 probably. It's the wild, wild west in our league right now, guys.
Yeah, for sure,
Anyways,
dude.
Corner. Go ahead.
Let's get right into it. No, let's get right into it, man. We're gonna start with who the fuck is that guy? And that guy is Jeff Wilson Jr., running back for the 49ers, 112 yards, 3 touchdowns, 42 points, but it was short-lived. I think he got hurt on his last touchdown that he scored, and he is now on IR. I'm trying to see what the injury was. I think it was his knee. Whatever it is, man, good performance from Wilson. Jeff Wilson Jr., unfortunately, no one's going to be able to pick him up because he is on IR now. But what an effort, man. 112 yards, 3 touchdowns, 42 points from Jeff Wilson Jr. The squanderer of the week, our very own Mike, the Gridiron Throne.
Oh,
I mean, Yourself, Mike. I mean, you were one defense. If you get just a decent defense to put up 10 points instead of the Saints, you probably win that game. You know, like Saints defense is not what it was supposed to be this season.
But they're playing Carolina, though, man. Come on.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, none of the other really close, dude. You're the master of snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. So,
hey man, Carolina is not that bad on offense. Their defense is atrocious, but that offense, man, Teddy B is not too bad. He's got DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson. That offense ain't too bad.
Yeah, but starting Julian Edelman also as in your starting lineup, Julian Edelman has not done much this season. I know he was getting cam back, but still that's a risky proposition there, and they got blown the fuck out by the Niners, man. That was a wild game. But sorry, Mike, you're the squanderer this week. Bed shitters of the week, Chase Claypool. Man, did he fucking come back down to earth. 1 catch for -2 yards. 1 catch, -2 yards, 0.8 points.
Yeah. The fame got to him, man. The fame got to him.
Dude, I'll tell y'all what, dude. I'm in another league with Vino Poppies. He's in another league, and so he invited me this year. He traded away Julio Jones for Chase Claypool straight up, bro. Yeah, dude. So, yeah, dude. I was like, I texted him immediately after I saw that trade. I was like, "You're chasing points, bro. You're chasing the Chase Pool points, bro." Like, oh my God. Anyways, I'm sorry. It was the most insane trade I've ever seen in my life.
Bro, he went from Mapletron to Chase Claystool. You know what I'm saying? Okay, 0.8. And well, here I am talking shit, but the other bed shitter of the week is a guy I just traded for, CeeDee Lamb. 1 carry, 1 yard, 0.1 points. CeeDee Lamb, and it looks like Ben DiNucci is going to be the starting quarterback for the Cowboys this week.
The head of custodial services at the AT&T Stadium.
That's right.
We should drive up to the stadium this weekend and see if we can get a roster spot.
Bring your jerseys. The talent pussy of the week, you hate to fucking see it, Vino Poppy. Actually, probably one of the higher no talent pussy scores of the year. 110 points, but still, I mean, it was a high-scoring week, dude. It was a high-scoring week, so 110 might have gotten you a victory in other weeks, but you're the no-talent pussy this week, you know?
Yeah, It's funny because I think we all voted on him to be the no talent pussy of the year. After that trade we were just talking about, that's probably not going to be the case. So interesting, dude.
Not anymore, man. Young's division is fucking toy. So we'll see what happens. And now we got to pour him out. I think I still got a little whiskey coke in here. Feeling a little trashy today. Obviously, we got to go with Odell Beckham, man. He tore his ACL. Could possibly be his last game as a Brown. I heard. I don't know. Maybe
it wouldn't surprise me if he's on a different roster next year.
Where does he land? But man, Odell Beckham tearing his ACL. That's pretty shitty.
You can't you can't fake an ACL tear, right? You can't.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say he said fuck Baker Mayfield. I'm getting out of here. That guy's like the definition of hot and cold, man.
Oh, bad for sure. And we're gonna honorable mention Andy Dalton's brain, dude. I mean, motherfucker, he got lit up. I see.
And no one came to his defense, bro.
Dude, so he got hit twice, right? There's the impact from the tackle, and then when his head hit the back of the on the field. I'll tell you, man, playing football, the worst pain is hitting your head on the field, dude. That is the worst pain you ever feel. So he got that impact, and he went down at like 67.9 miles per hour, and then smacked his head on the field, man, on the turf. Jesus Christ, man. I hope it's not all just like mush and jelly in there anymore, man. I mean, it's crazy.
It's like, dude, imagine, you got hit in the head by the earth, bro. by
Jesus Christ himself.
Dude. And now he tastes the color blue.
That's it, yeah.
Dude, Andy Dalton thinks he's still in the Bengals, bro.
Fucking the Cowboys are playing like the goddamn Bengals, so I can understand this confusion. And finally, the big cock on the block, our very own 2 weeks in a row. Hard to do, man. Hard to do. I don't know. I don't remember somebody going big cock on the block 2 weeks in a row last season. It might have happened. Probably them Lions, but that was then. This is now. Big cock on the block. Because United, 205 points, just beating out your wife again. Dude.
How was that conversation? Did you get any death stares?
Nah, man. Well, she went to sleep that night. She had work the next morning, and then I texted her the next day because I don't see her. She wakes up super early. I texted her. I was like, I got a big cock on the block again. But yeah, dude, it was.
She just rubbed her face.
That's cute. Alexa, play "Back to Back" by Drake.
Bam.
Back to Back by Drake from Spotify.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Oh man. Not again.
Oh man.
Not again. Alexa, cut the fucking music. All right, boys.
That was a good one, man. And that's those are the segments.
Yep. Let's have a look at the Week 8 matchups. A big one here. Vino Papi is 3-4. He's going up against Crossfaded, who's also 3-4. Crossfaded made a trade today with a very own Mike, the Gridiron Throne, and I think Crossfaded has a permanent solution at quarterback now in Lamar Jackson. He hasn't been performing. I think he's like the quarterback 12 on the year thus far, and you didn't draft him to be the number 12 quarterback on the year. You drafted him to be top 3, top 2. But yeah, Vino Papi with his revamped squad. Who do you guys take, man? Who do you guys got?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go with Crossfaded, dude. I know Vino Papi. He's got Gio Bernard starting right now. I know that's a question mark. I mean, Joe Mixon might come back early, but I mean, Gio Bernard might start, but still, going against the Titans, not a juicy matchup there. And then he's got he's still starting Chase Claypool against Baltimore. I mean, good luck, dude. Hopefully he bounces back for him.
I think, Chase Claypool, man, he had that breakout game when Deontay Johnson was gone, whenever he was injured. Deontay Johnson comes back into the lineup and he sees, I think, 1 target. So, and Deontay Johnson had like 15. So
Claypool's
you
going
definitely
up
see
against
what the target share looks like.
Claypool's going
Right.
up against the Ravens defense. I don't like that at all. That's the Ravens have an excellent defense, so I don't see that going well. But
Yeah.
if I had to pick, well, if I'm picking a winner here, I think it'll be cross-faded, but I don't think it'll be I think it'll be closer than what it's projected to be right now. Lamar Jackson, he's going up against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's one of the better teams in the league right now. Lamar Jackson's also been underperforming, so I don't think he'll hit the projected totals for this week.
Yeah, probably not. But Jonathan Taylor's been, I think doing better as of late. So him going up against the Lions, that's going to be interesting. Kyle Allen, we just talked about it. I mean, with Herbert slinging the ball like he has been, Kyle Allen can go off. Mike Evans has been disappointing, but a matchup against the Giants might help fix that.
Might be the cure.
And Alvin Kamara is Alvin Kamara. I mean, he can put up big numbers at any time. But what I will say about Vino Papi though is, obviously I traded him James Robinson, and he's on bye, so he can't use him this week. So he'll be able to plug him into his lineup next week. And if Michael Thomas comes back within the next week or two, that's a different looking squad with Michael Thomas and James Robinson in the starting.
Did y'all heard about him trying to get traded, and that's what this is all about? He's not really injured and everything.
Hear that? I didn't hear that. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, dude.
I think there's
Apparently, he's trying to force a trade, which is
yeah.
what he's doing. Yeah, from the start of the season.
Yeah,
dude. So that'll be interesting to see Michael Thomas go somewhere else. And is Michael Thomas just completely dependent on Drew Brees? It'll be interesting to see. I think they said they're not going to trade him, but they say that all the time. They end up trading him.
But you're right, man, because it was like an ankle injury, and then it was a hamstring injury, and then he punched somebody. It's a lot of weird coincidences there.
Dude.
It's kind of weird because Alvin Kamara did the same thing before the season started. So I wonder if there's something going on in the Saints.
And that dude got paid. So you know what? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go punch a guy, see what's up.
Yeah, punch a guy.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there.
I'm gonna go punch Sean Payton.
Yeah, I gotta go. I'm gonna go with crossfaded as well. I just think Gio Bernard starting at running back is gonna be the death of Vino Papi's in this matchup, dude. You don't want to start Gio Bernard in any sort of league, any kind of format. In a 24-man league, you don't want to start Gio Bernard. So crossfaded.
Oh,
Marlon?
my turn. I got crossfaded too, man. I agree with Mike that I think it's going to be closer than what it's projected to be for sure. He's got the better matchups, I think, and I mean, really, he's got Nelson Aguilar. Jesus Christ, Aguilar.
Aguilar.
Díganle Aguilar, güey. Es Aguilar. I don't know that he's gonna have such a as big a week as he had last week, but who knows? I mean, but in that sense, it's probably the best matchup he's got. But other than that, I think I would, if I had money to bet. If I had money to bet, it was probably money on this. Right. As I'm eating ramen.
Is that a unanimous? That's unanimous one, right?
Yeah, that one's unanimous this week.
Yep. The second matchup is Dem Lions at 4-3 versus the Grid Iron Throne at 1-6. Mike, you've made some roster changes.
I made like three trades in the past week. One of them, I will say, I regretted it almost immediately, but I got caught up in the moment. I had it in my head that I needed to make a trade. And
which trade was that?
I think you guys can guess which one it was. It was trading Thielen away. But I just got it in my head that day that I needed to make a trade, and then I got like multiple offers for Thielen, and I finally said yes to one, and then maybe like 10 minutes later, I was like, "What have I done?"
But the crazy thing about trading is you'll get a bunch of offers, and you're kind of like thinking about like, should I make this? Because you see a half decent one, you're like, should I make it? And then you see all these other trades going on, you're like, yeah, I should definitely get on that trading business.
Yeah, that's
you
exactly,
know what I mean? So
exactly
it plays into your psyche a little bit, you know?
I got 3 trade offers on Friday for him, and I was finally like, okay, I'm going to say yes to this one. And then I kind of regretted it. And in fact, I traded for Will Fuller, and I traded Will Fuller today. So Will Fuller played 1 week for me. But I also traded Lamar away today. Got Drew Brees, who I plan on keeping on my bench as my backup, and I traded Melvin Gordon for Jarvis Landry. I'm high on Landry right now because I think with Odell out, he's gonna get some more targets, and he'll have a better opportunity to have a better rest of the season. But yeah, I think.
And you traded Thielen away.
Year, I should say.
You traded Thielen away. I was going to say you traded Thielen away to the guy you're playing this week, which is Dem Lions. You didn't trade him this week. You traded him last week, but you're playing him now, which is Dem Lions. Yeah, for sure. I mean, Burrow, man, you got Burrow on your roster. He's been slinging it as well as a rookie. Todd Gurley's not too bad against Carolina. I mean, they're terrible defending the run. Brandon Ayuk, man, he's a breath of fresh air on San Francisco offense, man.
Yeah, and then I dropped T.Y. Hilton last week, and then I picked him back up on the waiver wire just because Julian Edelman's not cutting it. So, yeah, I didn't see anybody else on the waiver wire that I was confident about. So I was like, well, might as well go with the devil, you know.
So you're taking yourself, I presume.
Actually, no, I'm not taking myself again for the rest of the season.
No, you're taking them Lions. I'm going to go ahead and take the gridiron throne, bro. I think Thielen is not going to have the best game against Green Bay for whatever reason. And so he's going to kind of like help you out there, bro. You traded me away, but you know what, bro? There's a soft spot in my heart for that roster. And I'm going to go with gridiron throne.
Thanks, I'm going to go with Mike. I'm going to go with you, Mike, as well.
Oh, okay.
I like your lineup slightly better. And yeah, man, it's about time that you come back with a big, saving win. That'd be great. Everybody likes an underdog story, even though
everybody does. Well, let's just make it fucking
story. That's what it is.
Let's make it a comeback. You're gonna pull it out, Mike. This week's your week, dude. You're gonna fucking go 2-6 to start the year. But you know what, man? Joe Burrow. I mean, he's been fucking pretty good, dude. Joe Burrow is an upgrade from fucking Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, which is why I made the trade, man, because their points all season have been like comparable. So it was like, well, if I can get more assets out of Lamar Jackson.
No, I read today that Carson Wentz has more fantasy points scored than Lamar Jackson on the year.
Yeah, that's a fucking disappointment.
I mean, I don't know about starting T.Y. Hilton, but I mean, maybe he'll have a game for you, Mike.
Like I said, dude, it's the devil I know.
Hey, this is the week, bro. This is the week.
And then hopefully Darrell Henderson does have a big game for you, man. So yeah, I'm gonna go with you, bro. Get that done,
dude. That's two unanimous.
No, I didn't go with myself.
Oh yeah, you got to clarify, bro. I know how that goes. You got to clarify, dude. That's a good one. Dem Lions at 4-3. Gridiron throwing 1-6. The next matchup is the Lady Boys, the Bangkok Lady Boys. Lady Boys from Bangkok. I'm sorry, 5-2 versus the Peaky Blinders, who are 3-4 on the year. Bangkok Lady Boys has got to be the favorite going in, but Peaky Bees, man, he's proven that he can score some points on any given week, man. He can put up 200 sometimes.
He's a tough out, man. It's not an easy week when you're going up against the Peaky Blindside, that's for sure. But I think Bangkok bounces back, man. I don't see him dropping 3 straight. He's got Dalvin Cook back. He's got Calvin Ridley starting. Dude, fucking that kid Fulgham, dude, from the receiver for the Eagles. Just coming out of nowhere, man, and having decent games. So he's a solid start going up against.
This is like the year. This is like the year of the rookie wide receiver, man. There's so many talented wide receivers that are rookies that are just blowing up right now.
I'm gonna go with the Lady Boys also this week. I think the difference maker in this game is going to be the fact that Deshaun Watson is on bye, and so Peaky Blindside is playing Derek Carr Derek Carr. I don't know if I like Derek Carr very much, so I think that'll be the difference maker.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing with the Lady Boys. He's got Aaron Rodgers starting right now. I think he might switch that over to Tom Brady against the Giants. I don't know. I think I like Brady Giants a little bit. Yeah, so we'll see what he does with the starting quarterback. But
yeah.
So
yeah, I'm taking the Lady. I'm taking the Lady Boys also, man. I think his roster just is stronger. That's not to say that because the Peaky has Allen Robinson. Who is he coming back? I know he's concussion protocol. I don't know if he's coming back. If he's out, dude, then yeah, dude. If he's not playing, then it's like 100% a Bangkok Ladyboy win. Tyreek Hill does have the Jets though. Tyreek Hill is playing the Jets.
Damn.
Yeah. And but across the board, Lady Boys just has a better squad. I'm going to go with him. He's going to bounce back. He's not going to lose the third straight.
Yeah. As much as I hate to see it, I'm fairly confident that the Lady Boys are going to win this one. Yeah, for all the same reasons.
Yeah, I like that, bro. The Lady Boys are gonna win it, bro.
They're gonna win it. They're gonna pop out the ween.
They're gonna be the wieners this week.
Their favorite is
Halal. So we're looking back for the Lady Boys to get back on track this week. The next matchup is Coulon Santo 2-5 versus LVU 3-4. Marlon, you and I are facing off against each other. And I will tell you right off the bat, these last few weeks have been a fluke. My team isn't as good as the numbers would lead you to believe. And so you have a great opportunity to just pull one on me. I'm going to take Coulon Santo.
I'm rooting for myself, for obvious reasons. But yeah, man, it's Hail Mary time. I'm pulling out the Hail. I dropped Andy Dalton, obviously, because the only reason I had him was to bail me out during Kyler Murray's bye, and so I picked up Carson Wentz because as much as I hate to admit it, they're going up against the Dallas defense, bro. Yeah. And it's ridiculous.
You were like, which redhead is up next?
Yeah, with redhead, I'm going through the cycles, to the redhead cycles. Next on my options, I've got Carrot Top, but I don't think he's. But he's going up against Dallas, dude, and Dallas is just looking trashy, dude. I'm sorry to admit. I also picked up Boston Scott, which is a pretty cool name, I think. But he's stepping in as the lead running back, also against Dallas. So it's Hail Mary time. I'm just hoping.
He's actually Michael Scott's adoptive son, and Michael Scott's favorite city is Boston. So there we go.
One of Scott's tots.
Yeah, I think he paid for Scott's switching. Yeah, I think he paid for Scott's switching. Marlon, who are you going to start in that empty wide receiver, running back, tight end slot? Is that going to be Leonard Fournette or Carlos Hyde, maybe?
I was thinking maybe Carlos Hyde since Chris Carson's out, or I think he's going to be out. But I'm not sure, man. I am still holding out to see if I can pick up something off the waivers. Somebody gets hurt. I don't know. But if it doesn't happen, then I'm probably going to put Hyde in. Leonard Fournette, although they're going up against the Giants, it's just a coin toss, man. Like 1 week he'll have 40 points, and the next 3 weeks he'll have 5.
Yeah, him and Rojo, man, that's kind of a sketchy situation now. They're splitting the backfield a lot more, so it really looks like a true committee at the moment. So
if I had Ronald Jones, I'd be a little bit more confident that he'd at least get me into the double digits. But it's just with Leonard Fournette, dude. It's been a roller coaster ride with him this year so far.
Yeah,
but I'm hopeful. I'm still holding on to him.
Marlon, I hate to do this to you, man, but I don't have to go with Tom this week. I think he's just got the more favorable matchups, and
I don't blame you at all.
The last couple weeks are an indication of anything. I think he'll win. He'll win pretty big this week.
I think it's going to be closer than we expect. I mean, I think Tom, you're going to end up pulling it out. But if you look at the matchups, Robbie Anderson against Atlanta, that's fucking juicy. George Kittle
That's what I'm
against
saying, bro. I'm all in on
George.
Coulon. All in. I hear you, bro.
It's gonna be tighter than we expect. I think that's what she said. But the against New England, I don't like that. I don't think that's gonna be a good game for Diggs. But Boston Scott, man, if he is the lead back against Dallas, dude, just look at every running back against Dallas. Just look at their fucking totals. Every running back that plays against Dallas has a fucking career game against Dallas, dude. And it's just our front on the defensive line is just garbage, and there's no excuse because there aren't any injuries. That's actually like the healthiest fucking part of the team.
Bro, I feel like it's so funny you bring that up, dude. I kind of feel like the Dallas Cowboys defense is like a carnival ride, and you get to pay to have the Dallas Cowboy experience. You get to pay to like run on their defense and just like plummet.
If it is Boston Scott against Dallas getting the start, that could be huge points, and then Wentz against Dallas. So it's gonna be close, but I got to give it to I got to go with Las Vegas. I think the Julio Jones Devontae Adams duo is just gonna be too much to overcome this week.
So that is not unanimous. But the next matchup we're looking at is the Fornicators at 2-5 versus the new and improved Bad Hombres 6-1 squad. Chris, how you feeling? I'm sure you feel very good about this week. How do you talk to me, bro?
I like the players. I don't like some of these matchups are a little question marks. Like Russell Wilson against the Niners. That's always tough.
Is Aaron Jones healthy?
Aaron Jones, it looks like he was actually close to. He wanted to play last week, but the Packers are known for let's sit the guy out an extra week. Let's not rush him back. Same thing they did with Devontae Adams. They took it really slow with Devontae, and they brought him back probably a week later than he could have been. So apparently, Aaron Jones was really close to starting last week. They decided to sit him, and it looks like he's trending to start this week. But I wouldn't be surprised if they just hold him out one more week.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that they're already past their bye. So it's not like he has like a bye week coming up where they can just hold him out until then. But again, right now it looks like he's going to start, but I wouldn't be surprised if I have to make a change there and start somebody else. Ronald Jones against the Giants. Again, it's a nice matchup, but splitting the carries with Leonard Fournette, that's always not a good situation when your running back isn't the bell cow of the team. But Travis Kelce against the Jets, dude, I think that's going to be a bounce back game for him. He didn't have a good game last week, but Travis Kelce's usually the sure.
It's snow game. It's a weird game, dude.
Yeah, very weird. And then, dude, I really like Kenny Golladay and AJ Brown. I think those guys are just. They're not by far the number one receivers on their team, so they get a lot of the looks, a lot of the targets, and I just think they're going to be able to perform. And again with Zeke, that offensive line is getting a little healthier. They're not going to be able to throw the ball much. Hopefully, they keep it close enough to where Zeke can still be involved in the game. The only thing I worry about is them getting down by fucking 3 touchdowns, and then they just have to sling it everywhere, But like I said, he's getting his center back, it looks like Joe Looney, and he's getting Zach Martin back, his guard. So hopefully he just fucking runs behind those guys, because the fucking offensive line that they got going out there right now is just garbage, dude. It's freaking garbage. So it's kind of hard to be successful when you don't have any lanes to run through. But yeah, man, if I look at the team, I think the Fornicators has a good team, man. Like if you look at the names on the fucking squad, his projection is he's projected, my win percentage is 71% right now. I think it's a lot closer than that, to be honest. Patrick Mahomes against the Jets, that could be a fucking 50 burger easy. You know what I mean? James Conner, he's a great running back, but he's going up against Baltimore. That's kind of a tough matchup there. But he's got Josh Jacobs, who's been kind of hot and cold. But he can have a game. And Le'Veon Bell, man, that's another question mark against the Jets. Is he going to get more carries? I hope not. I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is still going to be the main back, but what's the split? Is it 40? Is it 70-30? is he the pass catching running back? I mean, is he going to get 6 dump offs? Like it's one of those things where you just don't know what Le'Veon Bell. Yeah, you don't know what his involvement's going to be, so that's kind of scary, man. I mean, I'm confident that I'm going to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if I lost. I'm not going to lie, man. The Fornicators, they're historically have a good squad, and they seem to have a pretty good squad this year. They're just not their record doesn't indicate that, but.
Yeah, I think the big question here is if Patrick Mahomes, he hasn't had a monster game all season. This might be the week for him to do it. If he does it, I think, he could probably win it. But I think overall, though, you just have a better squad. His team isn't bad, but I feel like your team is just too strong right now. I'm going Bad Hombres.
I think, Chris, you have the better team. But I'm going to go with the stunner this week. I think this is going to be the upset of the week, bro. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to have like 60 points this week. And that'll be the difference maker. He's going up against the Jets, bro.
Hoping Kelsey catches some of those touchdowns, though. We'll see. Kind of even it out, but you're right. Yeah.
Did you say he's playing against the Mets?
Oh, he might as well.
Might as well be. Yeah, might as well, bro.
I think you're gonna get it, Chris. You definitely have the stronger team, and even if Pat Mahomes has a big game, I think with the other players, it's too much up in the air question wise. Whether they're gonna have big monster games or not. There's a lot of slack that Mahomes would have to pick up in order to overcome the threat of your team. So yeah.
Well, there we go. From your mouth to God's ears, bro.
The Fornicators at 2-5, Bad Hombres at 6-1. The final matchup is Over Easy, who is 6-1 on the year, versus the Flint Tropics, 4-3. It's a family battle. They're cousins. Tropics has somehow been lingering around and just, he's been okay, man. He's been fine. He's had to deal with the big injury to Christian McCaffrey, but like we talked about earlier, he's finding ways to win, and he's going up against Over Easy, who's 6-1. But I think this is going to be a close one.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be pretty close. I know I just picked the Fornicators in the last matchup, but it's kind of hard to pick against a 6-1 team. So for that reason alone, I think I'm gonna go with Over Easy this week.
Yeah, man. I think it's hard to, like you said, pick against a team that's been kind of really consistent all year. You're not gonna pick against Derrick Henry, Tyler Lockett, Matt Ryan with Julio Jones. That's a different Matt Ryan. You nailed that one. And the thing is, she's got Chris Carson in her starting lineup right now. I'm sure she's going to change that because I don't know if Chris Carson's going to play or not. But
she has options on the bench, though.
She does, yeah. She has some options. And here's the thing, too. Flint Tropics is starting Joe Mixon, and Vino Pompey's is starting Giovanni Bernard. Something's got to give. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if Joe Mixon's going to make it, man. I think he might sit one more week. We will see. But he's starting Evan Ingram. He's always kind of a question mark at tight end. And Adrian Peterson, man. Adrian Peterson in the starting lineup.
That guy's still alive?
He's still around, man. He's still around. So, I mean, Ryan Tannehill against Cincinnati, that could be juicy. That could be a big point getter for him, but I think the squad's too strong on Over Easy's side, so I got to go with her, man.
Yeah,
7.
I think it's like we talk about the same things when we're talking about Flint Tropics' roster week to week, and we're just like, he just doesn't have the strength, man. He just can't pull it out, and he does somehow. With that said, I'm going Over Easy.
I think it's hard for me, man. It's hard for me to on any other week. Any other week, I would pick Haley for sure. But Matt Ryan's going up against the Panthers, dude. And last time they faced off was the time that he only got like it was when Haley lost last time, or not. Sorry, my bad. Week 5. He only got like single-digit points.
Yeah.
Did he? And
Yeah.
I think if that happens again, that's going to be tough to overcome.
You could leave the door open.
Because I don't think Tyler Lockett's going to have another 70-point game. But I'm going to give it to Over Easy anyway, just because the record. Yeah,
I thought mine was good, bro. Yours is better. Goddamn.
We shall see. We shall see.
There it is, man. Those are the predictions. I'm looking at this board again, and it's a lot of 3 and 4s, a lot of 4 and 3s, some 2 and 5 sprinkled in there, dude. It's we're in it, boys. We're in it. You know, it's not playoffs yet, but I feel like a lot of these games are must wins for a lot of teams. You know, because you're going back into the divisional games in a few weeks, and those are always very difficult, very tough.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for some teams like me who lost all their divisional games. So, you know, I'm trying to get back in it, dude, and win as many as possible before I face these guys again. So,
your division, like you can go from 3rd place to 1st place after this week. You know, like you could.
Yeah.
Them Lions and Poppies, even if Poppies wins, but you you close the gap on them as far as a point differential.
Points, yeah,
you might be able to. Sneak
I think. It's going to be close, man, because Dem Lions and Vino Poppies, they both have pretty good. I'm not saying that Fornicators doesn't have a good squad, but Vino Poppies and Dem Lions, you know, their squads are good, man, and they can probably squeeze out some wins as well. And yeah, it's going to be tough. We got the tightest league. The win division is definitely the best. I mean, the tightest division. The win division is the best division. And then it's kind of wide open, Marlon. You can string together some wins, bro, and you never know, man.
True.
Who knows, man? I'm very nervous. I was confident at the start of the season, and as the weeks tick by, man, it's just like it's getting more and more.
But I'm telling you, there are four 3 and 4 teams in the league, dude. That's a third of the league is 3 and 4. You're one game behind that. You string together some wins. Anything can happen, bro.
We'll see.
Mike, you're in a tougher spot, but you never know.
Trying to pull seasons, Mike. You're just trying to ruin seasons for people.
Yeah. I'm coming for some of your seasons. You wanted that week 1 bye?
Next week, motherfucker. So you're gonna don't upset me, man.
You guys,
not try.
All right,
not try.
All right, guys. That's another week in the books. Good luck to everybody this week, and we'll see y'all next week.
Later, guys.
Later.